Hello, and thanks for tuning in to our Locations and Services workshop. My name is Griffin Penny. I am the production assistant here at the film office.
And my name is Matthew Ng. I'm the film and media specialist at the Kingston film office as well.
And today we're going to be talking to you a little bit about what it means to be a location and a service within our directory here at the Kingston film office. So our meeting is going to be broken down into a few different content pieces. So we're going to be talking about our team, a little bit about us as the film office, what we do here, our goals and objectives here at the film office, considerations for production, what does it look like, the timeline, how we can help, Real Scout, what is it, and then we will wrap up.
So this is our team. The film office is comprised of four of us. Donnie McIntyre is our film commissioner. Joanne Loton is our film and media officer. Myself, I'm the film and media specialist.
And I am the production assistant, as we said earlier.
Yeah. So a little bit about us, the Kingston Film and Media Office. We are a department within Tourism Kingston. And we are sort of the film office hub for not just Kingston, but also Southeastern Ontario as well. We were started in 2018, basically to support and attract both local and productions coming from outside of the region as well. We oversee all film permits for municipal properties. We help liaison with production companies and those locations itself. And we also offer both location tours, scouting for both crew, talent, and locations, as well as coordination of those resources on our Real Scout database, which we'll go into a bit more depth in a few slides as well.
So our goals and objectives, obviously objective one is to create a stronger and tight-knit community within Kingston. We want to allow for easy access for productions and to help all of those who are involved. So whether that be you as the business owners, the film office, and obviously traveling and local productions. Objective two is to grow the number of end-to-end productions in Kingston and the RTO9 region, attract larger productions for longer amounts of time, and support more small to medium productions continuously throughout the year. And objective three is to focus on training of local filmmakers and crew to support and sustain the growth in local productions and companies. So considerations for productions. So obviously there are things to consider when you're allowing a production to come onto site, as well as kind of the overall filming process. So the first one is obviously dates and hours. Film and TV hours do not adhere to the normal work hours. They are anywhere from 10 to 16 hours a day. As a business owner, you should be prepared for these longer hours. You should also consider before or after opening times, weekends, or regular operational hours. Crew size is a really big thing as well. How many crew do we have on site for setup, filming, and strike and tear down? They're very different things, and these dates will be usually laid out beforehand. Staff support, any overtime required from your staff, extra fees that might be incurred, special security extra fee may be incurred on that as well. Site support, access to bathrooms, parking, garbage removal, fire watch, lunch area, wardrobe, any equipment areas, and any areas that are off limits to the crew as well.
Want me to go?
Yeah, go for
it.
it.
With insurance and permit as well, this is another big consideration to look at, making sure that both you have coverage, the production has coverage, and that you should be asked to be named as an additional insured on their insurance as well. That way you're covered and your assets are covered as well. Fees, if you have staff on your property that are going to be assisting, that might be on site as well, consider time for that. And then obviously a sliding scale for those fees depending on the production size. With a contact list, you should always have a contact list of different production team members, especially the location manager or the unit manager. And obviously also get names of the production company and contact info as well. And then finally, a couple of other miscellaneous things to consider. Do any items, does furniture need to be moved? Is the company going to move that? Are you going to be required to move that? Your business logo, can that be visible in the shots for the film, or does that need to be covered up? And if there are going to be any special effects stuff, does fire, police, or ambulance need to be on scene as well? Plus, if the shooting is going to like disturb the greater area, making sure that other residents or businesses are notified as well.
So what does it look like? Yeah. We wanted to address obviously the usual concerns and questions that you as the owner of your business may have, or even just as a local resident. So how long does the filming process take? It's a sliding scale. It really just depends on the production. It could be a couple of days, it could be a couple of weeks. It could be a month. We don't really know until the production decides to come to Kingston, and they give us kind of a list of things that they want to focus on, where they want to be, and roughly how long they think that that will take. It's a very big sliding scale. And obviously, as we mentioned earlier, it can be anywhere from 10 to 16 hours a day. Can a film come whenever they'd like? No, they obviously cannot come whenever they'd like. They are required to give us notice, obviously, when they want to come to Kingston, and hopefully we can be the mediators for that as well when they come to Kingston. That's obviously what we're looking to do, is to support in any way that we can. And obviously, you as the business owner, production cannot just show up and start filming in your location. They do have to give notice, and obviously, they do have to discuss it and negotiate with you as the owner as well. And that's where we can mediate as well. What is my role while the filming is taking place? So you as the business owner, it is very dependent on what you would like to do. So you can either be on set. If you do, we ask that you stay out of the way, but you are more than welcome to stay on site and make sure that the filming process goes smoothly and assist wherever is need be. Otherwise, you are more than welcome to be off site. And what we'll do is we'll usually take your contact information, and we will keep you up to date on any information that you need to know, any concerns, any questions, things like that. How am I compensated for my using of my business or location? You are paid. Pay is negotiated with the film production itself. You can decide how much you would like to be paid. Obviously, we usually recommend that your pay from the production covers things like extra additional pay for your employees, also for things like keep closing down any business that you may lose, things like that. It is totally up to you how much you would like to be paid, and that's something that you discuss directly with the production when they first arrive. What are the benefits to me as the business owner? Obviously, you are paid for the use of your business. You also maybe get a little bit of a vacation, which is usually what we kind of strive for. But also, the biggest one is it can be a really big attraction for tourists. When they come to Kingston, they're going to be looking at where were certain things filmed. And obviously, if your business was used in a film, it can be a really big attracting factor. And in addition to that, also it can be free marketing as well for you. If you decide to let them use your logos, that's something that you can negotiate with them, but that also will attract a little bit of extra business. And like I said, a little bit more tourist attractions as well. And do I need to prep the space beforehand? You do not need to prep the space. That'll be something that you discuss with the production itself, and something that's negotiated ahead of time. Usually the prepping of space is done by the production itself. They'll tell you where they would like to move things or what may need to be changed, and it's up to you whether you would like to adhere to that. However, if a production wants to move things around, it's usually so that it fits what they're looking for. And in addition to that, usually they will move everything. If they would like you to move stuff, that's something that you can negotiate as well. And yeah. Yeah. So the timeline. So first, we received the call, and the call is really big. Essentially, it's a film production that's coming to Kingston. They're looking for something specific. Usually, they will shoot us an email or give us a call saying exactly what they're looking for or roughly, and then it's kind of our jobs to find that location that will fit all of the things that they're looking for. We look for what we have in our directory, so we look in our Real Scout. We ask that locations and services be in our Real Scout so that when we're looking, we can have those options. And that's why kind of we're having this locations workshop as well, is to show you the benefits of being on Real Scout. So we'll look through that directory and around the city as well and see if we can find something that fits. If your business fits, so after an evaluation, we will send the photos that we have to the production to see if they agree that this business or location would be a good fit. And if it does, we'll usually get in contact with you directly so that we can come and set up a viewing and introduce you to the production and kind of begin those early stage conversations. The coordination. So after a viewing, if the production thinks it will work, all of the necessary details will be discussed and agreed upon. Dates, costs, and things like that. Areas you would not like shown or used, or any specifics that you have with your business. All those discussions happen right before the production actually starts. During production, again, as said, you are welcome to be on site for the production. We just ask that you stay out of the way. Otherwise, we will totally be able to have your contact information to keep you updated on how the shoot is progressing and any issues that might occur.
So how we as the film office can help, both with your business and for productions as well. A couple of supports we do. Number one is hiring that local crew and talent, as well as looking for locations. So a couple of different crew positions that we love to fill are number one, LSPs, or location support personnel. These are very entry-level positions on a film set that basically help in securing locations when a production is filming, such as looking after parking lots, aiding with traffic flow, that sort of stuff. It's a good way for people who are interested in the film industry but might not necessarily have that experience yet to sort of get their foot in the door. And then background cast as well for actors in the area that want to be part of the production in a background role. We always put out casting calls if production is looking for the background actors. And then crew as well. So if you want to be involved in a more involved position on set, like if you want to work in camera, or if you want to work in the art department, that sort of stuff. Our office also coordinates mentorship sort of programs with local films that come as well. If they're looking to train, say, people in the art department, or train people as production assistants or as assistant directors. Those sorts of programs have been done in the past, where locals have been able to sort of get that hands-on experience with key departments as well. Again, that's a good way to get people's foot in the door in entry-level roles. And then finally, locations. We also help productions search and look for locations. We'll take them on scouts. If they are looking for specific looks, send them photos, and then assist in those negotiations with filming rates, looking at access, and all that sort of stuff as well. And then in addition to hiring that talent, the crew, and the locations, we do also help arrange with local municipal services and catering services, parking, traffic, fire, police, medical, all that sort of stuff. Again, parking, traffic, if there are any road closures or traffic, we'll arrange that with the city. If you need paid duty police officers or emergency services like an ambulance on set, we can also arrange that with the city. And catering services as well. Catering and accommodations are two big areas in our city that we can help refer productions to keep them to stay as well. And then permitting. So sort of the last piece of that puzzle is that our office does also help with film permitting for any municipal city-owned and run locations as well. So whenever a production comes to film on city property, such as City Hall or on sidewalks, we issue permits for them in order for them to be there. And there are additional considerations for drone filming as well. However, the important thing for you as a business owner to note is that private property, if you own your property as well, does not require a municipal filming permit. So as Griffin mentioned earlier, the rates and the prices for filming on your property, that is something that would be determined by yourself in the production. And again, if you have minimal experience, little to no experience in negotiating filming rates, that's where our film office can also sort of step in and help as well.
So Real Scout. So Real Scout's kind of a very useful program that we use here at the film office to kind of keep track of everything that's going on in Kingston, as well as to keep track of all of our crew, our services, and our locations, as well as contacts. So the first step is to contact the film and media team. We have you fill out a location information sheet and photo consent form. Provide your contact information, site restrictions, and whether you'd like your location to be public or private. A private location means that we share it directly with the production if they're looking for that specific location, but it does not go on our website, so it cannot be viewed by the general public. If it's public, it goes onto our website and can be viewed by the general public. Step two, we will have you either provide photos or arrange for us to come and take photographs. We're very, very happy to come and introduce ourselves and take photographs of your location. That's what we've done for the majority of our posts on the Real Scout website as well. And step three, you get film office approval, the listing goes live, and then again, either public or private for anybody to view. So this is just an example of what the sheet looks like. It's very, very easy to fill out. There are not a lot of questions, and it's very, very basic information. This does not go public either. This is contained only for our use and just to keep track of the locations that we have. Nobody else has access to the forms. This is what our website looks like with the Real Scout editions for each individual location. It's just an example of each individual location, what it will look like with the address in the bottom, as well as a brief description of the location and photographs. And this is just a rough idea of what your location can do. This video in the top corner is of Springer Market Square for Crimson Peak. It's a YouTube video that you can find online. And if you're interested, we'd be happy to share these links with you as well. This one is of Mayor Kingstown with Kingston Pen. And this bottom one is of Murdoch Mysteries using the Keewatin.
Right. We won't play this entire clip, but I think that gives you a good sense of what the Keewatin became.
Yeah, and exactly. And if you'd like to check these out, they are on YouTube as well. And we can also send you the links as well. Yeah.
So yeah, basically why all of this matters, why we're sort of bringing this presentation to you as well. Basically, it's for economic impact. So we basically want productions to feel at home when they come to Southeastern Ontario. And we want them to recognize the benefits of filming here over, say, the Greater Toronto Area or in Hamilton or in Northern Ontario. And how we do this is basically, as the film office, we serve as the local conduit between productions and our community being yourselves as business owners, operators, that sort of stuff. And we want to make that process as easy and efficient as possible. So please take advantage of all the resources and supports we offer, those supports like Real Scout that we just talked about. And we, again, want to provide maximum visibility for yourself as a business on our database as well. And if you're also interested in becoming crew or support services, to also be listed on Real Scout as well. So how We can basically work together if you're a business and us as the film office. If you hear of any productions that are upcoming, please let us know as well so we can sort of track those. And also help, again, negotiate with you if you are looking for, say, information on rates for filming and that sort of stuff throughout the region. And then if you're interested as well in looking for help, again, with productions, if they reach out to you, we can also connect you with the appropriate crew. And again, like we said, negotiate those rates for your service and your location. And all this basically leads to essentially productions returning and creating a healthy economic cycle of growth in the film and media industry. Because at the end of the day, that's sort of what we all want. We want the industry to grow in the region, and we want not just productions to come into the region and leave, but also for locals to sort of be able to develop their skills as well and create their own films and their own products in the industry within the region as well. And this all creates, again, a much more stronger and developed workforce. And that's something that I think we all are really wanting to strive for, to create more local production companies, and again, create more talent in the region and keep local businesses like yourselves as locations and keep them booming as well with that impact.
So that's all for us. We hope that you enjoyed the presentation. A couple questions that we got during the live session that we thought that we should answer here on site as well, so that you have them, were questions about insurance policies as well as permitting. So we just wanted to touch on those really quickly as well. Do you want to touch on the insurance, and I can talk about the permits?
Sure. Yeah. If you are looking at a production company coming in, and they come to you, one, again, important thing to consider is insurance. So definitely make sure that the production company has insurance and that you see that certificate of insurance. And it's also a very good idea to be asked to be named as an additional insured on their certificate of insurance as well. So that's something that you can request just to make sure that your assets, again, like we talked about a little earlier, are protected. As when production comes in, sometimes things may be moved, accidents may happen, and we want your business and your assets, again, to be sort of protected. So make sure to be listed as an additional insured through the City of Kingston. All of our municipal film permits that we hand out, we make sure that the City of Kingston is listed as an additional insured for a minimum of $5 million general liability coverage. So that's sort of a rough guideline where you can sort of ask as well to make sure that you're insured with.
And as for the permitting process, as we mentioned earlier, permits are only for city property. So they do not need a permit if they're coming to film on your location. The only thing they would need a permit for is if they want to film on the street and happen to pass by your location. If they want to use your location in the background, that is something that they would need to discuss with the owner or with yourself to make sure that they are aware, that you are aware that they will be filming outside your location. On top of that, we just ask that all negotiations are done between you and the production with us as the mediator, so that we can make sure that you get exactly what you need and the production also gets exactly what they need. For more information on the crew directory as well, we ask that you reach out to us. We're happy to kind of give you guidelines as to what that means and what that looks like. But essentially, we try to keep a database of everything that's going on in Kingston, including productions that might be coming to town, as well as crew. So if you are a local individual who wants to be in our crew directory, you want to be considered when productions come to town, please make sure that you reach out to us, or you go to our website and register as a crew or a service. Or an actor as well. We do have a section specifically for acting. If you want to be a location, I hope that the location workshop was a benefit to you and gave you a lot of instruction as to what that would look like for you. But if you have more questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to answer anything. And again, reach out to us if you'd like to be registered in the crew directory. If you don't have a physical location, you can still be used as a service potentially as well. So please reach out to us as well. If you are a catering service, local shop that you think that you have some good items that could be used for productions, reach out to us as well. We're happy to use you in any way that we can. And again, my name is Griffin Penny.
I'm Matthew Ng.
We are the production assistant and film specialist. Also with us are Donnie, the film commissioner, and Joanne, the film and media officer. Thank you for your time, and we hope you enjoyed the workshop.
Thank you. Okay.